We need to create one HTML page, right? Very simple. Create an HTML page with the elements whichever I have discussed, and then I have asked you to post it in the WhatsApp group itself. Okay, 20 members has done. 25. I'll do a quick revision. Okay. Remember, if you want a website, you need a web server. If you want to host a website, you need a web server. And the website is constructed with web pages. So those web pages are constructed with HTML technology, we can say HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, AngularJS. All these are front-end web technologies. And front-end developers, they work on this front-end technologies to develop a web page. They create very effective and attractive web pages so that the customers will get used to that. How does the web page is constructed? It is constructed with the help of elements. We have discussed about lot of elements, lot of objects like images, iframes, radio buttons, scroll down, drop down. These are different kinds of elements we have discussed. And how to construct a web page? We need to construct with the help of elements. Remember, each and every element start with a starting tag and end with an ending tag. On some of the elements, how we have constructed, the HTML is a root element. It starts with the root element and ends with the root element. When you want to end the element, you need to put forward slash. That is the only change. And head and body, this head element stores any kind of metadata. Metadata means the details about this body. What are you, why is this page is required, what technologies we have used, or is there any kind of common code which you can refer from header. That is the purpose of head. So right now I have put title element within the head, and in the body, whatever is the code that has to be executed in the front end application, you need to post that in the body section. So as part of that, I have put one simple script and header 1, header 2, one image element, one iframe element, and then one link. This is how I have constructed a simple HTML page. Remember, for your page to look attractive, we depend on CSS attributes. So which are the CSS attributes here? H1, H2 image, these are elements. Within that element, by making use of this style, we are trying to define the attributes, CSS attributes, color, text alignment, background color. Lot many attributes will be there. You just need to know as a cybersecurity engineer, what is the CSS attribute, what is the element, is this starting tag or ending tag, what kind of element it is. This is what the expectation from cybersecurity engineer on the HTML and front-end technologies. This is what we have discussed in previous session, and the assignment that is given is try to create iframe with source as scanme.nmap.org, facebook.com, gmail.com, and your favorite website.com. That is what I have assigned. I have given the assignment. If you have done that, okay, let me try to load ultramutual.com this time. Today it is getting loaded. Iframe, okay. We need to replace only the source. ScanMe is done. Ultramutual.com is done. Now try with Facebook, Google, and your favorite website. Can you try that now? And once you try that, then tell me if you have any kind of observations. Where did I save this sample.html or the desktop, right? Right click, open with Microsoft or Google Edge, whatever it is, open with some browser. Welcome to ethical hacking, cyber security certifications. We are able to load nmap.org. This is an image, and this is iframe. You see, right? Website within a website, and ultramisual.com. Try it out now. 5 minutes of time, everyone. You can post the screenshot from the chat window itself. You get an option like attachment. Try to post it in the chat window. Once you are done, your option will be like this is the icon where you want to click for attachments. After that, from your computer you select, then you should locate the file, a HTML file. Post the HTML file once you are done with the assignment. Okay. For those who has missed the last session, don't worry. This will be like you may feel like this is a little bit complex. Try you have to refer to my videos, okay? And we'll arrange some revision sessions from one of our trainer, maybe from Wednesday onwards. You can ask any of your doubts only on the topics which we have covered. No, I'm not speaking anything. I'm just waiting for your assignment. Okay. Tejaswini, so far we have done around 5 sessions. All are basics, very easy to understand. Okay, no need to worry about that. I'll do one revision session for everyone. Once we cover these basics, once we finish these basics, we are going to spend 2 or 3 days of time uh, for the lab setup. During that time, I'll do one revision as well. Another 2 minutes, I want everyone to create a simple HTML page that should include iframe sources as the websites which I have mentioned. Are you able to successfully load it? Last 1 minute. Okay. We'll have a revision session. Don't worry in case if you have missed it. Okay, done. That's good. Let me share my screen first. Already it is shared. How many of you have posted the HTML pages? I'll show 1 or 2 samples. You can create with any name. No need to be with sample. Okay. Sample one, sample two. Everyone created with same name. So total we have 140 plus members are there. It will be very difficult to review, but I'll try to review few of the things. You just try to answer like in case if you have found similar issue, you have to tell me. Sample one. Open with how come these are stored with a different name? You need to create with HTML. Is this only this file or even all the files? Let me check. The problem is, I think we are sharing it in the group. I mean to say through Zoom app. There might be chances that they might be encrypting it. Okay, sample 3 is correct. Let me open with browser. Oh, that's good. We have a paragraph and we have one more paragraph, one image with Brahmi, State Bank of India image, and then this is the iframe, right? nmap.org, and one more Microsoft related. No, this is not a Google, I guess. Is it referring to what? Inspect. No, this is some search. I want you to give the exact domain. Fair enough. I'll just go through some of the links, not every link. First I'll try from my end, and I'll ask you whether you are facing the similar problem or not. ScanMe is done, alphamutual.com is done. Now I want to load facebook.com. What should I do? First launch Facebook domain, the browser, copy the link, URL. Remember, this is called URL, Universal Resource Locator. Okay. What is the change I have to do? I just need to replace like this. Save it. What is the other domain I have kept? Google.com. I'm trying to load some of the websites in the form of iframe. Everyone knows the meaning of iframe, right? Iframe means we try to load a website within a website. That's the purpose of iframe. Very important concept. It is used for hacking. And I'm trying to load 4 iframes now. Go back to the browser. Where is my website? Is this my website? Yes. I just need to refresh the page. That's it. Alphamutual.com got loaded. nmap.org it got loaded, but looks like 2 of the websites didn't get loaded. What are those 2? Facebook.com refused to connect. Google.com refused to connect. Has anyone seen this kind of issue in your system? Are you guys able to load Facebook and Google.com? First thing, you are not able to load Facebook and Google.com. I'm trying to create an iframe in a web page. Who is the owner for this HTML page as of now? The owner for this HTML page is Hari, your trainer, right? and I'm creating one HTML page. I'm trying to refer to some other domains within my page, which I'm not the owner. So these people are refusing to load their content in my website. And Ultra Mutual, they are okay with it to load their website in my website in the form of iframe in my website. Even scanme.nmap.org, they also doesn't have any concerns. So considering this scenario, which is vulnerable? Vulnerable means which can have some defects. Ultramutual.com, Facebook.com, Google.com. Out of these three, which one is vulnerable or not secure? Can I get the answer? Which one is vulnerable or not secure? Definitely, ultramutual.com is not secure. The reason is I am creating a hacking website. Within that website, I created one web page. Within that web page, without their permission, I am trying to refer their domains. Ultramutual is getting stored, getting loaded. We know google.com and we know facebook.com. They are very rich. They have business in billions of dollars. Definitely, they have very good security needs. They have enabled protection for their websites. That is the reason we are not able to load those websites within the iframe of my website. Okay, let us see what are the things they have kept to enable this feature. I'm going to introduce one more vulnerability called clickjacking. Clickjacking, 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 which means that if I am able to load the test website within an iframe of a custom website, I can say like that application is vulnerable for clickjacking. So in this case, ultramutual.com is vulnerable for clickjacking. Scanme.nmap.org is vulnerable for clickjacking. The below two websites, Google and Facebook.com, those are very secured from clickjacking. How do we test it? Whether some web page is vulnerable for clickjacking or not? You need to create a simple HTML page. You can just have only the root also. No need to create everything. Within that root element, try to create an iframe with the source pointing to the website which you want to test, whether it is vulnerable for clickjacking or not. In case if you are able to load it, then we call it like it is vulnerable. If you are not able to load it, it is secured from clickjacking. This is one of the vulnerability which you have to remember and you have to test it. So how do you stop this kind of attacks? Launch ultramutual.com, right click, inspect, click on the network tab. You just refresh the page. Ultramutual.com got loaded. In the response header, there is supposed to be one header called Xframe options. Remember, for any kind of HTTP request, we have the request headers and response headers. These are the different kinds of headers: cache control, cookie, and the response headers are content type, date, server. In the response header, I would expect one header called Xframe options. That is option for ultramutual.com. That's the reason we are able to load ultramutual.com in custom website. Let us try for Facebook or google.com and see what is happening. Same thing, just right click, inspect. By default, it is under elements. Click on the network tab. Refresh the page one more time. It will try to load a lot of images, scripts, everything. We are more interested in the page which you have launched, that is facebook.com. We have the request headers, we have the response headers. Under response headers, Do you see X-frame options? Yes. What is the value of X-frame options? Can you post it in the chat window by looking at the screen? What is the value of X-frame options header? These are called HTTP response headers. The value of X-frame options is deny. So if you are setting this option as deny, we are trying to stop this clickjacking vulnerability. Okay. And there is one more value which can be protected from clickjacking. X-frame options, it can be deny or same origin. Deny or same origin. Let us try for google.com. What is its value? Right click, inspect, network, refresh the page. Google.com. Here are the response headers. We have some cookies. So for google.com extreme options is same origin. Okay. Like this, we have a lot of headers: street transport security, X-XXX protection. We are going to discuss these headers later. For now, for clickjacking vulnerability, we are more concerned, or we want to more concentrate on X-frame options. Welcome to ethical hacking. Today we learned about clickjacking vulnerability. So what are the secure values of the headers to prevent clickjacking vulnerability? Means same origin and deny. This is the question that is asked in the interviews. They'll explain like what is meant by clickjacking, how do you stop it, and what are the different kinds of headers you put to avoid clickjacking vulnerability. Very important concept. Without this question, you'll not be able to clear the interview. So how do you test whether the application is vulnerable for clickjacking? You just need to try upload referring that domain in the iframe of any custom website. That's it. Okay. Is it clear? Clickjacking vulnerability. Say yes if you are good, or if you have any questions, do let me know. Preeti says instead of changing the background color, we can upload some theme. Yes, you can do that. Explain one more time. Very simple. Everyone knows how to create a simple web page. I don't want to create even all these elements. If someone gives you a website and they ask you to check whether it is vulnerable for clickjacking and clickjacking vulnerability, create one simple page like this. I want to start with root element HTML. One more time, I am trying to tell. Just pay attention. And ending tag of the root element. That's it. So try to create one iframe. How do you create an iframe? Like this. Starting tag, ending tag. The starting tag, you need to mention the source from where you want to load it and its attributes. Height is equal to something, width is equal to something. That's it. Now source is equal to, what is the source you want to put? Whatever is the test website you are trying to create, you need to check, give the specific. If I ask you to try for abuse ipdb.com, check if this abuse ipdb.com is vulnerable for clickjacking or not. Okay, copy that and paste it in a custom web page. I want to check whether this website is vulnerable for clickjacking. That's it. Only thing is try to create like clickjacking test dot html you need to provide. That's it. Now go back to the desktop, right click, open with Microsoft Edge. So this is a page which I have created and abuseipdb.com is refused to connect. So which means that abuseip.com is secure and it is not vulnerable for clickjacking. That's it. Very simple. If I give you a website, will you be able to check whether it is vulnerable for clickjacking or not? The next website which I'm going to give is Sharon.io. Check if this application is vulnerable for clickjacking. Your time starts now. Just like the way how I have created, you also try to create that vulnerability. Even you can refer like inspect and check out. You can inspect the page also without testing, but you have to test like this. Try to load it in an iframe and check whether it loads or not. For abuseipdb.com, explain options is denied. The moment it is getting loaded, then they would have set these security controls, headers, right? That's the reason we are not able to load abuseipdb.com. Similarly, check for shadon.io. Have you guys tried shadon.io? I see some responses from Naveen, Preeti, Del, Mahesh, Madan Mohan, Aparna, Balaram, Prashanti, Rajashekar, Prashanti, Harika, Balu, Naveen Kumar. You are saying like shadon.io is secure. Let me try that. What should I do? I can make use of this same file itself. Instead of source as abuseipdb.com, I try to put source as shadon.io. Then go to that page wherever you are trying, refresh the page, check. No, shadon.io refused to connect. So this is secure. This is not vulnerable. You want to verify that, you can inspect and do that. Okay. So this is all about clickjacking vulnerability, web technologies, how to identify the elements, Very important concept, web technologies, because we are trying to do a lot of hacking based on the HTML. Okay. Next concept is very simple concept I'm going to discuss before we get into the pitch. What is meant by virtualization? Virtual operating system. On-prem versus cloud. When I say cloud, do you guys know what are the different types of cloud service providers? Try to give one example of cloud service provider, everyone. AWS, Azure, Google, these are all different cloud service providers. Okay. Don't get too confused. We are going to cover a lot of concepts. All are very easy concepts. Okay. Think like I am going to start one more software company. Last week I have developed one startup. Again, one more startup. So this one is like free home farmers market, something like that. Farmers market, where they deliver all the fruits and vegetables to your doorstep directly from farm to house. Okay, this is one of the startup idea. So there are two ways how you host the servers. Hosting is in the sense you want the servers, right? Database server, web server, application server. There are different ways of hosting those servers. Nowadays, all the cloud has come into the picture, but before the cloud, you have to host your own server. So how they are doing that? On-prem. On-prem means database server, web server, or any kind of infrastructure is there at my office in Bangalore. Got it? I have created freshers market, farmersmarket.com, and on premises. Premises means your surroundings. On premises means entire all these infrastructure and servers are there within your office. So you can turn off your computer, you can turn on your computer. So do you think power supply is required for all these servers at your office? Yes or no? Power. Power supply is needed. What in case if there was power breakdown in your office? There was a power supply from the current department, and if there is a power breakdown, will your servers are going to shut down? Yes or no? It will shut down. If the servers are shut, then will customers be able to access farmersmarket.com? Will there be any challenges in case if the farmersmarket.com, I mean to say if the database server or web server goes down, will not be able to access farmersmarket.com, right? So which one gets affected out of CIA? Principles of Information Security, CIA. Which one gets affected in that case? Availability, right? Okay. Now the question is not about CIA. We need continuous power supply. How about network or internet for those servers? We need continuous internet. There should not be any kind of failures. How about scalability? Scalability means think like I have 1,000 customers. I have purchased one database server, application server, and web server. Suddenly, within 5 days or within 2 days, the customers has increased from 1,000 to 50,000. Will that database server or a web server will that be able to handle that case or not? That is the question. Within 2 days, you need to upgrade your servers. Is it possible? Definitely, it is not possible. The reason is you need to purchase the softwares, you need to set up some network, and you need to test it. So a lot of things are involved. Scalability is a very challenging thing if you are maintaining your own servers. Okay, that is on-premises servers. That is the reason the virtualization has come into the picture. Basically, cloud computing has come into the picture, which says that on demand, it will enable on demand services. Whenever you require, you can turn it on. Whenever you don't require, you can turn it off. And all these database servers, web servers, app servers are managed by CSP. Remember the name, cloud service providers. Some of the examples are AWS, Azure, GCP. GCP stands for Global Cloud Platform. And then VMware. VMware also supports the cloud. Even Oracle also supports the cloud. They have their own cloud. And IBM also supports their own cloud. So what is meant by own cloud? Basically, even here also I want to start farmersmarket.com. This is the second case. I want to do a startup company and I don't have the servers at my home. Even I don't want to host this within the server. I'll take help of cloud, maybe AWS. I can directly purchase a system or a server with some configuration, say like 16 GB RAM, 500 GB storage, and then minimum RAM. That's it. Directly I can purchase one server from AWS or Azure. Okay. When I purchase this over the cloud, they maintain these servers on behalf of me. Cloud service providers, they take care of my servers. There will not be any problem with the internet. There will not be any problem with the power supply, and will have better scalability. Scalability means immediately you can increase the RAM. They can, or you can allocate multiple systems. More scalability, more reliability. All these things will be there with the help of the cloud. This cloud computing is implemented with the help of concept called virtualization. Remember the name virtualization. This virtualization, it uses a software called hypervisor. If you want to enable virtualization, you require a software called hypervisor. Remember this term, very important concept. Okay. And how about the hosting of these CSPs? I'll discuss that in further sessions. And last and one more concept. Are you guys aware of client operating system versus server operating system? If I want to install the database server in any of the operating system, should I go for server operating system or client operating system? I want to install database in one computer. Should I go for server operating system or client operating system? Database means it is a server related software. The moment you install database, it can serve data for the real users. So we have to go for server operating system. How about give me some examples of server operating systems? Windows 2008 server, Windows 2012, Windows 2016. Okay, and even Apache also. Sorry, not Apache. Linux server can be used as a server or even client operating system. Okay. How about let me give you one more example. I want to play a game in my free time by using the computer or the operating system. Should I go for client operating system or server operating system? Playing games is a client operating system. It doesn't mean like you cannot play games in server operating system. You can play, but the purpose of server is to give the services. The performance will not be so good in the server operating system if you play games, right? So games or any kind of client side operations, I can say like you went to the bank, not bank. Uh, playing games is one more example, and you want to learn something. Okay, for that you need to browse a lot of websites. For it, okay, so definitely we have to choose client operating system. Or you get into the bank, and one of the bank employee, he's trying to upload or he is trying to add all the customer details whoever is coming there for loan. Okay, so again he uses client operating system. Give me some examples of client operating systems. I'm sure like most of you, whoever has logged in from your laptop, are using client operating system. What is the operating system in your computer? Mine is Windows 11. How about yours? Is the client operating system? All of you check what is the OS we are using. Windows. If you don't know that, just search Win version. You need to type WINVER, Windows 11. Okay, the same thing. You should be able to get client operating system. Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows Vista. These are all client operating systems. Is clear what is meant by on-premise or what is meant by on-cloud, or what is the difference between client operating system and what is the difference and server operating system? Okay, we are left with only 4 minutes. Shall we take the quiz today or tomorrow? I go with the majority of the voting. Which on HTML, CSS, web technologies, basically the concepts you have learned today and yesterday. Okay, everyone are saying today. So then let us finish it. Remember, when you try to reply to the questions for the quiz, try to reply only to me. There will be a person called Hari Space Yes. Select that when you are trying to send a message and then reply. Okay, reply only to me. Don't reply to everyone. We'll finish the quiz in 5 minutes. What does the HTML stands for? Hari Space Yes or host. We have to reply. Okay. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay. CSS in web technology stands for. All of us learned about web technologies. So, what is the full form of CSS? 10 seconds to go. Cascading style sheets. Okay. Write a basic HTML page, including root element, title, body, and paragraph. First, you write it in a notepad, then copy it and paste it in the chat window. 2 minutes for this. Remember, you need to include root element, title, body, and paragraph. You can write it in 4 lines of code. Very simple code. First, write it in the notepad, then post it in the chat window at a time. You cannot use enter in the chat window. That's the reason. First, write it in a notepad, then copy and send it to me. Simple title you can put hello, hi, something like that. Body also, paragraph. You need to define the elements. That's it. Okay, if you don't have the laptop, try to get it by Wednesday or Thursday. The answer is you can create any content, can be anything. It's very simple. Starting tag of the HTML, ending tag, and in between you get title and body. Title, some title you can give, and for the body, starting tag and then ending tag, and within the body you have to view the content. So I mentioned paragraph, so you can give something like hello, hi, whatever it is. This is the basic structure of HTML. Okay, basic structure of a web page. Very easy one. If you have practiced, you should be able to answer this one. The next one, which of the following are CSS attributes? CSS spread properties. Iframe, text alignment, image, background color, and EA. Last 10 seconds. Which of the following are CSS properties? Iframe is an element, right? It is not the CSS property. Text alignment. So if you want the text to be on the left hand side, right hand side, or center, we have to make use of CSS properties. So B is one of the correct answers. Then image. Image is an element, object. Background color, again CSS property. So correct answers are B and D. Next question. Clickjacking vulnerability talks about loading a website in an iframe of third-party or malicious website or intruder's website. Is it true or false? Very easy question. Just 15 minutes, 15 seconds for this because we are running late for the other session, that is Java class. We'll try to finish this quiz a little faster. Clickjacking vulnerability, we just practiced loading some of the websites in an iframe. So this is vulnerable for clickjacking, means that the definition is correct. It is true. Next question. Which of the following HTTP response headers restricts or avoids clickjacking vulnerability? Any idea? One or more. You can select one or more. Last 15 seconds. No, another 30 seconds. Extreme options allow, there is nothing like that option. Okay. Extreme options deny, we have discussed. Extreme options same origin, we have discussed. Extreme options allow few, there is nothing like that. So the correct answers are B and C. You need to set deny or same origin. B and C. Select all possible server operating systems. Which is the correct answer? Windows Server 2000. The name itself is there in the server. Okay, Windows Server 2012, that is one of the server operating system. Windows 8 is a client operating system. Okay, Windows 2008 R2, that is again server operating system. All of us play games, chat, browse in Android mobile. So definitely the Android is a client operating system. So the correct answers for server are A and C. Next question. Select all possible client operating systems.